Hi, my name is Mari Dorn Lopez. I'm with CAIR Coalition, and this is a Know Your Rights presentation for immigrants. CAIR Coalition is a nonprofit organization that represents people who are detained in immigration detention facilities in Virginia and Maryland, and are located in DC. We are not a part of the government or the court system or immigration. We are completely separate, and we're providing general information on immigration rights. Please contact an attorney for help for your specific case. All immigrants have rights under the U.S. Constitution, regardless of their legal status. This is true whether you have a green card or other status, or if you're an undocumented person. Let's talk a little bit about what happens in court. If you are fighting a deportation case, you also have special rights. Every undocumented immigrant has the right to fight his or her case in order to remain in the United States. You have the right to speak to an attorney. You also have the right to present evidence and witnesses on your behalf in immigration court. You also have the right to examine the evidence presented by the Department of Homeland Security, also called DHS. Do I have to go to court? Yes. It is really, really important that you attend your immigration court hearings. If the court has scheduled a hearing, you must go to that court. If you miss your court hearing, you will receive an order of deportation in absentia, meaning that you did not appear. You will lose your opportunity at that point to fight your immigration case. How will I know when I have court? You may receive a notice in the mail with the date of your next court hearing. You can also call the court hotline. It is called the EOIR hotline, and the number for that hotline is 1-800-898-7180. Again, that's 1-800-898-7180. You will need your A number, which is a 9-digit identification number, when you call that hotline. It is a recording, it is not a live person, and you will input your information and it will tell you when and where your next court date is. Avoiding problems. How can I avoid contact with the immigration officials? A criminal conviction, even for a minor misdemeanor, will likely make any immigrant a top priority for detention and deportation here in the United States. Avoid being arrested by the police and any contact with the criminal system, if at all possible. Do not plead guilty to any criminal charge without the knowledge of the immigration consequences. You should demand to speak with an immigration attorney. If you are convicted of a criminal offense, talk to an immigration lawyer before you have any contact with the government. Should I go to school? Yes, the answer is absolutely attend school. It's really important that you continue studying and continue going to school. And you have the right to do so. If you have problems, also speak to an immigration attorney if you have difficulty enrolling in school. What can you do if you're stopped by the police or a government official? You have the right to remain silent if you are being arrested until you speak with an attorney. This is really important to remember. It is important to say it right at the beginning and don't start speaking. Just tell them that you want to speak to an attorney. You have this right even if you are just asked about your immigration status. If you are asked for identification, you may choose to remain silent as well and refuse to show any documents without having spoken to an immigration lawyer. Be very careful. Never, ever, ever show false documents. Presenting false documentation is a federal offense and can result in detention. What about ICE raids? Stay calm. You also have rights during an ICE raid. You do not have to open the door. You can ask to see a warrant. A warrant is a document that will come from the court giving the police permission to enter the house. and you can ask to see this before you open the door and allow them to come into the house. If they do not have a warrant, say to them, "I do not consent to your entry," and do not open the door for them. Do not lie or show false documents. Again, even during an ICE raid, this is really important and we want to reiterate this. Also, do not sign any papers without speaking to a lawyer. Remember to always go to court to avoid being a focus of the raids. They are looking especially for people who have missed their court dates. What can I do to plan ahead? A really important thing for you to do is to think about creating a safety plan. You should memorize the phone number of a friend, a family member, or an attorney that you can call if you are arrested. If you take care of children or other people, please make a plan to have them taken care of if you are detained, such as a power of attorney. Keep important documents such as birth certificates and immigration documents in a safe place where a friend or family member can have access to them if necessary, and please tell that person where the place is. This is really important. We see a lot of fraud here in the United States. It is really, really important to remember that a notary, also sometimes called a notario, is not an attorney. In some other countries, a notario or a notary may be able to present themselves more like an attorney. That is not the case here in the United States. All they can do is affirm a signature to verify that the person signing is indeed that person and not do anything more than that. Also, please remember that if you have an immigration attorney, you can ask them to see your file, you can ask for their license, you can ask to make sure that they are doing something on your case so that you're not being taken advantage of. If you feel like you're being taken advantage of, you may report that attorney to their licensing authority. Here is a list of organizations that provide services in this local DC area. Depending on the kind of case that you have, different organizations may be more appropriate for you than other ones. A lot of them may have waiting lists, so it's important to call soon to schedule your appointment to speak with an attorney. Thank you very much.